Hello everyone, and thanks for clicking on this video. How to be a great team player. This is a series, and this is the second video in this series, How to be a good team player. Let's get started with video number 2. Being a valuable team member can open new career opportunities, because leaders may see firsthand what a great job you're doing. You may even be invited to bring your strengths into play, in another team setting, and in higher profile and business projects. This is why learning to be a good team player is so important. If you make a good impression, you never know what possibilities might open for you. 1. Use your strengths. Do you know what you do best? Perhaps you're incredibly organized. Or, you might excel at motivating people, helping resolve disagreement, or researching hard to find information. Whatever your strengths, you have something valuable to offer. Find a role within your team that allows you to do what you do well. This will help you make a meaningful contribution, and increase your chances of doing a great job. Plus, it's usually much easier, and more satisfying, to do tasks when you're naturally good at them. Teams usually come together to handle an issue that's difficult, if not impossible, for people to do on their own. When a group works well together, creativity levels are generally higher, as people tap into one another's strengths. This often leads to increased productivity, and an inspiring sense of collaboration and cooperation that moves everyone, and the project forward. The most successful teams don't just combine different technical skills, they also allow members to take on more general roles that cross traditional functional lines. 2. Understand the team's objectives. On occasions that teams don't function well, it's often because there's a lack of communication and understanding about what the group's objectives are. If you want to be a good team player, make sure you understand the group's goals. Ask key questions like these. Why are we here? What is the perfect ending to this project? What is our deadline? How often will we meet? What is our budget? Who is in charge of implementing our ideas? What roles and responsibilities will each of us have? Be clear about what you're there to do. This will help you complete your tasks to the best of your abilities. Be reliable. We've probably all worked with people who have made promises they didn't keep. It's frustrating when someone says one thing and does another, and it can really slow a group's progress. You can be a valuable asset to your team, simply by delivering what you said you would do on time. For some people, it's all too easy and, unfortunately, quite common to make promises they can't keep. But you may really surprise and impress people by following through on what you say you'll do. If you commit to completing something for the group by the end of the day, make sure you do it. If you say you'll attend the 5:30 meeting, don't be late. Being reliable also applies to the work you do for the group. If you have high standards, people will depend on you to produce quality work. If your output is excellent one day, but only average the next, the team may regard you as being unreliable. Be a good communicator. Be involved and active within the group. If you sit silently while someone else discusses an idea that you know won't work, you could damage the team's chances of achieving its outcomes. If you've got an alternative suggestion that might be more effective, then share it with the group. The opposite applies as well. If people discuss a plan that you think is great, then speak up. Tell them what an inspiring idea you think it is. They might really need and appreciate your support, even if they don't show it. When you communicate with your team members, whether showing support or challenging their thinking, it's important to stay positive and respectful. Even if you disagree with someone, don't become emotional. Being objective and fair will make a good impression, getting upset and angry won't. Stay flexible. If you've ever worked with a team, you probably know that things can change quickly. People may join or leave the group, budgets may be reduced, or goals may be redefined. The best team players know how to be flexible. They don't fight change, instead, they see it as a new opportunity for growth. You may find that the group members, the approaches you use, and the goals you started with have all changed by the time you've finished. By staying flexible, you can take advantage of the new opportunities that arise during the project, and you'll be able to help others do the same. Your willingness to remain comfortable and positive in a constantly changing environment is an important business skill, and your boss will likely notice. This has been the second video in this series. Next week, part 3, of this series, we will be talking about tips for being a good team member. I'm Kaylin, Gio's online assistant, and Gio is the content creator for Team Built with Gio. We are loyal and we are one. See you next week.